call the meeting to order. We'll start with a prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Dear wise and loving Father, thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of serving the community. I pray you give us wisdom to govern, a sense of the true needs of our residents, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony. I pray for the agenda set before us tonight. Please give an assurance of what would please you and what would benefit those who live, work in and around the village of Hicksville. It is in your most blessed name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for coming. It's nice to see you tonight. May we have roll call, please?
Baker.
Here.
Barth.
Here.
Beverly.
Here.
Headley.
Here.
Jones.
At this time, we will swear in our newest council member, Eric Bassett. Please put your left hand on the Bible and your right hand in the air and repeat after me. I, Eric Bassett,
I, Eric Bassett,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I shall support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I shall support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio
and the ordinances of the Village of Hicksville.
and the ordinances of the Village of Hicksville.
I shall not be influenced
I shall not be influenced
by any consideration
by any consideration
except that of merit and fitness. Except that of merit and fitness
except that of merit and fitness
in the appointment
in the appointment
or discharge of duties.
or the discharge of duties.
I shall not make
I shall not make
or authorize the expenditure
or authorize the expenditure
of public money
of public money
except for the consideration
except for the consideration
and efficient service to the village.
and efficient service to the village.
I shall faithfully,
I shall faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the member of council
of member of council
for the village of Hicksville,
for the Village of Hicksville,
Defiance County, Ohio,
Defiance County, Ohio,
for the term ending December 31st,
for the term ending December 31st,
2019,
2019,
to which I've been appointed.
to which I've been appointed.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. All right. Have you sign that? So, may we have the approval of the December 19th council meeting minutes? Any corrections or additions also?
I so move to approve the minutes as written.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Jones.
Yes.
Headley.
Yes.
Beverly.
Yes.
Barth.
Yes.
Baker. Bassett.
Yes.
Thank you. There's a notice of a public hearing to hear discussion on rezoning a portion of Central Place Addition, also known as 300 Wendell Avenue, from motorhome park to R4 residential, and a portion from mobile home park to M1, which is light industrial. Is there anyone here regarding the public hearing? All right. Thank you. You have in your packet a listing of 2016 building permits, which Mike Bailey put together for you. It's just always interesting to see what kind of activity took place with building and improvements. Are there any questions about that? Okay. We'll go on to boards and commissions. You have minutes in your packet from the 12/17 brief meeting that the Cable TV committee had. If anybody has any questions, I guess they could ask Bill or Mike. Any questions on that? Okay. Val, it says on here that I don't know if it's the park board, the entire park board met with the engineers to discuss new restrooms at the park. No minutes were taken. Could you update council on that?
We're just, had the architects there, and they discussed, we told them what we wanted, and they got back, unless they got back at their.
No, I just actually, I forgot Steph wasn't there. I had taken notes also, and I emailed them to you just a little while ago. Earlier
Okay,
today.
all right.
But the architect's Feller and Finch was there, and we told them the design, size, and they're gonna get back to us on price. For the
Okay,
concession and for the restroom facility at Adventure Alley.
okay.
And it was just a ballpark price. And then if we wanna make any changes to it, the brick or anything, that'd be additional. But also they were gonna look into writing grants. Zoe, I don't remember last name, started with the B. She was gonna help write grant paperwork out, hopefully get money for one or both of them.
Okay. And I'm not familiar with who you got for grants, but how are they paid for grant writing? Do you know?
She never said anything at all about any costs associated with it.
Included it.
Okay. All right.
Will those plans and everything come before us, before there's a final decision?
I'm sure they would.
Okay. Do you know when their completion date is? Did you ask them for a timeline of having this done?
Figured after the holidays and everything, because it was right before the holidays when we met with them.
Okay. Just stay on top of it if you would.
And you had some good ideas on that too, so it'll come.
That's why I want to be able to, and then Diane has a couple suggestions on it also, and I want to be able to change them before we have to change
Sure.
blueprinting and everything for additional cost. So,
And there's going to be a lot of information that's going to need to be gathered up for the grant too itself
Yeah, she-
about activities at the park and how many people it's going to impact and all that kind of
She's
stuff.
supposed to get back with me when it comes available.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else here from any boards and commissions in the audience? I don't really see any. Okay, how about council committee reports? Any of the outgoing committee chairmen have anything to report?
Cemetery meets January 11th.
Pardon me?
Cemetery will meet January 11th
Okay,
here, so.
all right.
Just real quick, Water and Sewer met tonight before council. We were addressing the EMHT 204,000 additional observation administration fee that they want us to bid on a new contract with. There's an $85,000 carryover from the 2016 administration budget. They're going to carry that over into 2017. They're going to work off of that. We're going to wait till Kent gets back from his medical leave and have a sit down with them during a pre-con meeting for Clearview Drive and see if they'll lower that a little bit. We think that's a little extreme for the two projects that they're doing. They're a little bit above and beyond, we think. So they're willing to sit down with us and look that over and present a different bill, and Troy will be a part of that for the new contract. We also discussed new possible billing through utilities. We looked it over tonight. Dawn and Cheryl have been working hard and presented that to the committee. We said go ahead and to get that rolling, we can present that to council. So it's a whole new billing structure. Instead of the cards, I believe they're going to get a more of a letter format billing. It's going to be a lot more efficient for Dawn, a lot more IT and computer support from the company. It's going to save us some money every year from what we're currently doing. So it'd save us money, be more efficient and effective within the billing process. So committee decided to go ahead and look into that. They had a good response to with the other cities that went with, it's called MuniLink, the company. They were very successful in changing over their billing cycle for their utilities to this new structure. So sounds like a good plan.
Would that give any ability for online bill payment?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Like I said, we just addressed it real quick here tonight at the end of our meeting, but a lot more, like I said, online billing. You can look at your utility bills online and pre-register and have a login if you want to pay it that way. So.
Great. So is this something that's already in the budget?
I think they said Kent had put in around 20,000 for startup costs with this. Like I said, over the course of the year, though, it shouldn't cost us near the amount.
Have they given us a proposal, have they given us a bid yet, or we do have a cost?
Yeah, it's monthly, but I told Dawn to talk to him to try to lower the cost if we pay yearly. I'd rather pay once a year.
Yeah, I would too. So otherwise, it's a monthly cost? Okay.
If I might, Sheila, maybe you're chairman of Sidewalk, maybe we could get a meeting together fairly soon, and that would include you, Eric. I'm sure you got the information on a couple different avenues for financing some sidewalk work, and it will need to be incorporated into the billing, and this would be a prime time to
Oh,
have
I
it
see, yeah.
completed. So,
Well, we can set up a date after the,
okay, fine.
Is the purchasing of the new hardware and everything for the computer something, Troy, that we're gonna have to bring back in legislation form to authorize them to do that, or?
Depends on what the amount is.
And I have not heard that.
Yeah.
So,
I suspect it's gonna be under the threshold that it can just be done. Unless
I'll let you know.
all right,
50,000.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
okay. Any other reports of council committees? All right, thank you. You have the administrator's report in your packet. The guys collected, since Kent's gone, the guys have collected 29 tons of trash the week after Christmas, but quite a few stops on the Tuesday route didn't have anything set out. For the year, we collected 2,101,000 pounds of trash. This compares to 2,081,900 pounds picked up in 2015. They'll be picking up real, not fake Christmas trees for the next few weeks. Residents should have all lights and decorations removed, but the white plastic covers can stay on. Austin will start sewer classes in Lima on January 17th. He'll go every Tuesday for 16 weeks with classes running from 5:30 to 8:30. And Kent would like to close the recycle lot for January and February. He doesn't think it's cost effective to have it open for 1 or 2 people a day during these months. It would also be one less thing to have cleared out before, after snowstorms. So could you, I guess, make that decision so he knows whether he can close it in January and February or not?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Roll call, please.
So this is closed, right?
Just January, February, yes.
Bassett,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Headley,
Yes.
Beverly,
Yes.
Barth,
Yes.
Baker.
yep.
Guess I didn't get my medal there in time. Okay,
There's a local guy in the paper that's picking it up,
is that right?
begging for appliances and all that kind of stuff like that.
All right, I'll have to get on my newspaper reading. So we will go on to the solicitor's report.
Ordinance 2016-18, second reading by caption only. An ordinance amending section 147.12 of the codified ordinances of the Village of Hicksville, Ohio to extend longevity pay to employees of the Village of Hicksville, Ohio. The only tweak in there is we took out that language that was confusing in there about when it was originally done. It said effective 2003. Yeah. We basically, I just reworded that so that it was basically saying from this point going forward, so that we didn't have how many ever people there might be out there that have 35 or 40 years in, coming and saying, hey, I should have gotten a bonus 5 years ago or whatever. That's just a second reading though.
Do you have anything else?
No.
All right, thank you. We will go on to the police department. Is anyone here representing the police department? Okay. How about the fire chief? Fire chief have anything to report?
I have nothing.
Okay. And the EMS chief, do you have anything to report? We saw your year-end report. Thank you very much. EMS billing and number of runs.
That is complete to the end of the year. I would just like to say that we are going to have a breakfast on January 21st.
You want to go up to the podium and report that so everyone can hear you?
Rescue Squad will be having a breakfast at the fire hall on January 21st from 8 a.m. to noon. It's a free will donation.
Thank you. Okay. Val, the park's not on the agenda, but do you have anything to report, of anything about the park? Okay, thank you. We will go on to the fiscal officer's report. Cheryl?
Okay, enclosed, you have the month-to-date, year-to-date cash statement. You have also the revolving loan list, and it's not on the agenda, but Kim did get the income tax done in time too, so I put it on the table tonight.
That looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Color thing.
I told her it's not going to be that easy next year.
Cheryl, do you have any concerns looking at the year-end statement of cash position that we're in? Do you have any concerns regarding this at all?
I always think we spend too much money. But I guess we're okay.
There really wasn't anything that really grabbed my attention there. We obviously spent more money than we took in. But I will tell you that I had a conversation with the county auditor recently, and she told me that, and Cheryl got a letter stating this, I believe, that Hicksville's funds were too high and that we were only supposed to have 3 months of operating money saved ahead. And I just told her, how could you possibly expect us to only have 3 months of operating money, you know, saved ahead? I said, even in your personal life, they tell you to have 6. And evidently, she's had the same conversation with the county commissioners, and I just told her we're trying to save money because we have big projects coming up and we don't want to have to borrow money for them. But that was just my 2 cents worth. Thank you for your report, Cheryl. Anything else you'd like to report?
That's all I've got.
All right. Yeah, under the mayor's report, you have the updated committee lists. Thank you, Cheryl, for getting all that typed up for me. And you have the 2017 roster of department heads, council members, terms of office, and the administration, the boards and commissions. We have Rick Belton has been placed on the park board to fulfill the unexpired term of Eric, who Ryan Miser. Oh, did I say Rick Belton? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Ryan Miser, yes, I'm really sorry. To fill the unexpired term of Eric. And I don't know, Eric could answer any questions you have about him. He works at the school as a teacher.
Director of Operations, in charge of all the maintenance for the facility.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking
I thought
Ryan?
that was you.
Ryan, he's a second grade teacher.
You caught me off
Yeah,
guard there a
no.
little bit. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
He had asked me to send a bio, so I thought if
Yeah,
had any
you
questions
did.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, he's a second grade teacher. It's probably a second or third grade teacher there. He coaches down at the park also. He helps with football, baseball, basketball at the school, so he's pretty active.
Yeah.
Met him quite a bit last year. My nephew was in his class, so.
So other than that, if you get a chance to look it over, if you have any questions, let me know. Maybe something I missed or neglected to take care of. And then I would like to recognize the employees that are getting acknowledged for their number of years serving the village. And at the last minute, I was trying to get them here, and I don't know, I didn't reach them all, obviously, but I see at least one here. So Steve Talbot, a police officer, has been with the village for 20 years. Billy Laney, one of our part-time guys that works at the recycling center, has been here 10 years. Brent Nyhart has been here 20 years. I don't see him here. Dustin Evans has been on the fire department for 20 years. Bruce Silcott is here. Thank you very much. He's been on the department for 15 years. Steve Joyner, 10 years. There's people, heads I can't see back there. And we have Austin Daniels, who's been on the fire department for 5 years, and Derek Elson, who's been an EMT for 5 years. I would just like to recognize those people and tell them thank you for your years of service. And of course, all the people that work for us. And let's see here. Have to look through my piles of papers and see if there's anything added in here that I didn't mention. We got the EMS report, as I stated. Mr. Dave Martin's here, and he had told me he wanted to address council tonight. Before he speaks, let me ask you, is there anyone else in the audience that wants to address council on any matters?
I just wanted to say that I would think that Steve Talbot would probably appreciate a get well card from you people if you haven't done it already. He's at St. Joe Hospital in room 482. They've drained a bunch of fluid from him. They're worried about his heart and his liver. And I saw him yesterday, and he looks better than he has in months, but he can't talk worth anything. So he's got an uphill climb.
Thank you for the update. We have made arrangements to send him something,
Good,
so.
Good.
Yeah.
What was room number, Pete?
482.
Thank you. Okay, Dave?
For one, I want to thank everybody for giving me a chance to speak. And the reason I want to speak about is I do live out on Haver Drive, and I'm concerned about what's going to be taking place out there on Haver Drive here in the near future. I talked to a few individuals and asked questions about out there on what they call the Clearview Drive subdivision / Haver Drive. Some of the answers they gave me I could live with, others not so much. I agree that out there are several problems out there that need to be either fixed or replaced. That is the swales out there, the water lines, and the sewer lines. The Clearview subdivision is, like I said, part of that is Clearview Drive 18, the front side of Haver Drive, the back side of Haver Drive, and you got one house that sits out there on Casebeer Miller. It's called LaBar Drive. There's one house that's there, and there's a field sitting back there. That field sits back there on the back side of Haver Drive. Some of the questions I asked, like I said, I got answers from some of these guys. Like I said, I can live with some, and now I get to live with the others. One of the problems out there is the swells out there flooding all the time out there on Haver Drive. The ditches out there flooding. I was told that there's several contributing factors why there's flooding out there. One thing, I don't know if it's the incline or the decline, which starts out on Casebeer Miller Road and runs down through Haver Drive on out to Clearview Drive. Over the years, those ditches have deteriorated. They are, like I said, over the years they have deteriorated. Other things there's people out there that's taken those ditches out there and have filled them in with dirt and made your lawns level out there. Also, there's like plants, flowers, etc. that's probably also contributed into these problems out there of the flooding. And another thing that wasn't mentioned to me, but probably in some of these culverts out there that people put in are probably either collapsing or plugged up or just what have you. That's a contributing factor. But back to LaBar Drive, that field sitting back here. That field back here at one time was supposed to be part of the Clearview subdivision, and it's obvious that it never happened. So these tiles that are sitting back here in these fields, that are they run into Haver Drive, into our sewer system on Haver Drive, and all the water is going into the sewer system? Are these lines going out to the creek or that ditch that's sitting between Clearview Drive and the cemetery? if you walk down Haver Drive on a rainy day, you will see these water spouts coming up out of the yards. And there's quite a few of them. Just told that's because you got broken tile out there in the field. That's what's causing these water spouts. And one person out there told me a few years back that one of his family members was walking in between the houses where some of these water spouts are, and he says he literally went through the ground up to his knees in one of these water spouts. Now on on a nice, what we call sunny day around here, hot during the summer, during our hot months or whatever, you have 2, maybe 3 weeks of hot weather. You either don't get any rain or you get very little rain. Yards out there are turning brown, cracks in your yard, but yet these ditches out there are still remaining wet. They don't dry up. It's like there's a spring being fed, into these ditches. I don't know if that's part of these tile that's broke feeding into these things. There's people out there on Haver Drive that have not even cut their ditches out there all summer long because of this, because the ditches are continually being wet out there. I would think this is one of the contributing factors to some of the flooding out there. I'm not saying that's not completely what's causing the flooding out there, because there's no way it is. It's all these factors that I brought up earlier. And I just can't see, if you got a bunch of these little contributing factors that need to be fixed to fix the big problem out there, which is the flooding. You can't fix the flooding out there if you ain't fixing all the little problems that are contributing to all this. I can't see why taxpayer money needs to go into some of this stuff to fix it if it's not all going to be fixed. Another thing I've got is part of this Clearview subdivision out there. Like I said, 18 is part of the houses along 18 out there are part of that subdivision really. And what you've got is you've got 18 and you've got the front row of Haver Drive. Their yards are butted up against each other out there. I talked to some of these individuals, like I said, are probably have some kind of a thing with the projects out there on Haver Drive. And I was told that a lot of those people out there on 18 do have city utilities. I was told that some of the water lines are running from down on Caseburg Miller, they run down to Clearview Drive. Now your sewer lines are a different story. Sewer lines, people that are hooked up out there, I don't know if everybody is or just certain people are, but the sewer lines, they have an option how they want to run it from 18 out to the sewer lines on Haver Drive. I guess you could try and hook these lines in, to the people back. Go over and ask them, hey, can I hook into your line? Tap into it, and then it feeds right on out to Haver Drive. Or if you tell them no, you don't want to do that, I guess they can actually go ahead and take their lines, run through your yard anyway, on out to Haver Drive. Either way, the people out on Haver Drive, yards are going to get tore up anyway with a backhoe or whatever to get the lines out there. Now, I hope it never happens to me or anybody else out there on Haver Drive, but believe me, it has happened out there. Somebody over on 18 who's got their lines run over to Haver Drive. I don't know if it got flushed or whatever. Once upon a time, it did get down into the things. The trail went through their property, got the dividing line between 18 Haver Drive, got over to the property over at Haver Drive, plugged up. I asked these guys, these individuals, I says, well, who's going to be responsible to fix that? The answer was, you had better hope that you are in good standings with your neighbor behind you, that you're good friends, because if they don't want to fix it, you're going to be liable to fix it, stuck to fix it. I spend a few $100s a year on fixing my yard. I try to keep it nice all the time. And someone tells me that their problem comes over to my yard and messes up my yard, that I'm going to have to turn around and wind up paying to have that fixed. That's unacceptable. I don't care who in this room thinks I'm wrong. It's unacceptable. I do believe that I don't know what it's going to take not only that, I've heard several different stories that people over there on 18 do not pay 1 cent to have any of these city utilities. I knew that was, from the start, I knew that was wrong when I was told, because like I said, I talked to these individuals. I talked to a couple other neighbors out there, and they turned and told me, yeah, they do pay for city utilities out there. And one of these individuals I talked to also turned and told me that out there, actually, if they're hooked up to the city utilities that run over into Haver Drive, they're paying double of what anyone else normally does. I don't know what it takes or what, and I had another individual trying to tell me also out there that they turned, if it was up to them, if they turn around, had a chance, either if they had their choice between either paying the 1% city tax or paying a double utility bill every month, they'd be around paying that 1% city tax. It'd just be cheaper for them. And I don't know what it's going to take, what you got to do, or how to get it started. I think that whole row out there on 18 needs to be annexed. That's all there is to it. That way everybody can turn around, have all their little lines running right down 18. Don't have to worry about all the other stuff going on. Another thing I've got is, they talk about this project that's going to be taking place out there on Haver Drive. It's going to be started in mid-January. This has been an ongoing problem for years. I've been out there for 18 years. It was a problem out there then. And all of a sudden, you want to start in mid-January. We live in a climate. We live in Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana State, where everything borders there. Today, it could be 50 degrees. Tomorrow, there could be 6 inches of snow laying on the ground. Now we just want to start these projects out there now in mid-January. You're going to have machinery sitting out there. You're going to have piles of stone, gravel, dirt, pipes, whatever it takes to get that stuff done out there. You got school buses go through there. You got cars go through there. You're going to have driveways tore up. That road's going to be tore up out there. Snow removal. We might have great guys that drive these snow trucks that can remove the snow. I don't think they're that good. Like I said, it's going to be a disaster out there. And where I'm going with this is, I don't see where it's going to wait maybe 2 months, wait till April, probably start these projects out there. But I got my answer earlier today. Excuse me. I guess once a project is bidded on, I guess they have a start time. They have so many days after that start time, they got to have that completed. And if something happens in between the start time and the ending time, I guess, and if it involves a town creating that problem, I guess the town of Hicksville could be either fined or whatever you call it. That's what I heard.
The contractor could be charged for going.
Contractor or whatever. Okay, like I said, I don't like standing up here unless I'm one person that preaches. If you don't have the facts, don't say anything. But some of these things I couldn't get the facts or anything on. So I'm just getting what I hear from, like I said, certain individuals. And like I said, if I say something wrong, I speak up and say it. Like I said, this has been ongoing for years, and I don't know why just waiting 2 more months or 3 more months till the weather straightens up out there, what makes a difference. But like I said, I got my answer, and that's what the answer is to that. One thing I do want to say, and I want to direct this to the newspaper. Last time I stood up at this podium up here, I brought up the subject about the burning ordinance. I was also commended by one of the council members up here for the way I conducted myself up here. But according to the paper, though, I was a disgruntled citizen. And also, the things that I said up here, half the stuff that was wrote in that article, and I do have the article home yet, half that stuff I didn't say, and the other half the stuff, there was stuff put in there that I never did say. The other thing I want to try and say, and this is to the paper, this is to HIX-TV or anybody, I don't care how they get this information, how they get the information, what's said in this room or not. People need to start coming to these meetings. They need to come in here and they got to start just putting in their ideas, their dislikes, their likes. These guys sitting around this table over here, they were voted into this into this council. The mayor was voted into this council. Taxpayers need to start coming to these meetings. They're the ones that put them in. You need to come up here and start put your ideas up here. These guys can't turn around, come up with the decisions and make a good decision every time. People don't come up here and put their 2 cents worth in. These guys are going to sit around here. They're going to try and make a decision for you. They're going to talk about it. They're going to make the decision for you. They're going to put yay or nay it. Excuse me. They're going to yay or nay it. And it don't make any difference. People sitting out there listening, if they like it or not. It's just, that's how it's going to be. Like I said, I appreciate giving me time to talk, and that's all I've got. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Anybody else that has anything to add? Well, I guess I would entertain a motion to adjourn unless one of you have something that you'd like to say.
Do we need to address some of his questions? So he has the facts?
You may. You may.
I'd like it.
Yeah, if
Well, I've
you,
got a couple of them I wrote down, in January, February, it was bid, and it was under bid about $1 million because of doing it in the January cold weather. The bids came in low. The annex has to be, the people from out of town want the annexation. We can't go after them to annex in, they have to come to us through the county commissioners. You know what's gonna happen out on Haver Drive? New water line, right?
I heard, first of all, there's going to be water lines put in.
Water line?
That's on front of the
New
backside.
water line, new sanitary sewer, and all the ditches are gonna be cut out, the driveways, new tile. Where it's flat, that's gonna be taken out. And it'll be a good grade, so the water hopefully will run. Now it's all gonna be replaced. The water in the back, coming from the backfield, that's not our property. What else did he bring up? They do pay double, front row, water and sewer, so that's a lot. Would they be money ahead to annex? I would say yes. Is there anything else, Mike? I just wanted you to have the facts.
Yeah.
And they're gonna put everything back the way it was. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of it. It will be a mess, but they're going to, it'll be no different than what's down here on Pearl Street. They're gonna put things back. The road, I don't know exactly what they're gonna do or how they budget putting that back together, but.
There's very limited cuts in the road, Mike. The water and sewer both go in the grass, in the dirt. But I think when I talked with Perrotte, I think his name was, I think there's only 2 crossings that they're gonna do on that street. Very limited demolition of asphalt. Mess, yeah, there's gonna be a muddy mess. But hopefully, when it's done, it's fixed and it's right.
You've seen the culverts, some of them are low, some of them are high. It's all gonna be tore out and put in new.
Oh, I agree.
Where it's covered over, they'll come out.
And those things over the course of the years that I've been working with council on these projects, I mean, those ditches, that's our storm, those need to be maintained over the course of years. They do fill in. Somebody gets plugged up, under the driveway. The city should be out there maintaining them and fixing them when needed so they don't have standing water, or this guy's flooding and this guy's, the water's flowing through. So, with the new project and everything, hopefully we can get back out there. And there's some other storm ditches around the community that have been addressed and looked at.
But didn't I understand?
But you tell me that out there, that field out there back here, those tiles that are running, are they or are they not? Does anybody know, are they or are they not fed into the sewer system?
No,
They
no.
are not.
The reason that they're boiling up is because they've been cut off, either for the home's construction, or for the ditch, or for the road, or the sewer, or the water that was put in there years ago. They got cut off. That's why they're blowing up, is because they're stopped right there. So all that water's coming down off that field,
Pushes it up.
pushes it right out the cracks in the tile. They do not, the water, after it blows over and seeks its own avenue, it ends up in the ditch and ends up downstream. But as far as anything being hooked in, nothing is.
Supposed to be.
And if it is, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Field tile wise.
We
If it's
are
a-
aware of.
Right.
Is that all the questions you had that we, I just wanted everybody to hear, so everybody knows the facts.
And I've never talked to you, Dave, personally. I mean,
Yeah.
and, you know, you're more welcome to call me at home, at work, you know, to address these things. Like I said, the committee, we've worked, you know, council and Holes worked in looking at these projects
Like you
over
said,
time.
It'd be cheaper for people out there on 18 to actually pay that 1% city tax and instead of pay a double water bill.
It's gotta be their
People
move.
over there on 18 themselves, not you.
Double sewers to kill.
Or to sit there and say, well, we're gonna try to annex your town. These people just, well, these two out here live out there on 18. These would be the ones right here that probably would wanna start that if they wanted to do that. Go around and
Have a
start.
petition.
We tried doing that.
And I was told you guys tried to do that, and, I don't know, years ago, there was somebody else that lived in a house down there.
Yes, he
They
did.
no longer live there. I guess he worked for the EMS or fire department, and he said no to it, and that one person stopped probably.
That's
how
what
many
they said, you
houses?
had to have 100%.
I'm being told now that they cannot do that no longer, that it only takes a majority vote. They want to get that annexed in, that can happen.
Troy, do you
I
know
think
what it
it's
is?
75.
I think it's 75% of the,
If you are willing to want to go out and have that annexed, I will help you get it done. Right.
And to answer your question, all those houses on the front row of Hayward Drive are tied into the city sewer.
They
We
are
were
trying to-
forced to tie.
Yeah, they were forced back in the
They had
90s to get. abandon
septic
their
tanks
septic
before.
tanks and tie into the city sewer. So
I've
every
got-
one of those houses are tied in.
I've
Well,
got-
someone tells me though that because somebody puts a
Run
pipe or
across
what
the-
have you down into the sewer system, comes into my yard and tears it up, that, hey, you better be on good terms with them. If not, well, you're gonna have to wind up paying for that yourself.
You see,
No.
we got 3 things in our backyard, from neighbor, 2 neighbors and ours.
Yep.
And some
I have 3. I let 3 people go across. All right.
Well, do it, let me know.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep. Thanks for you guys' time, thanks for the
Sure,
answers.
sure.
Well, Ron Jones brought it to my attention that I did not go through the process of nominating a council president tonight, so I would like to do that. I don't know if you have any discussion.
I would like to see us keep Ron at the helm, since we're intertwined with everything, and he has his training, and he's done a good job throughout the year since you've been mayor. I would make a motion that we keep on Ron Jones as president of council.
And I would like to nominate Mike Barth.
Okay, good.
And I will like to decline the nomination. Thank you very much. I appreciate,
break.
I appreciate the
I'm not saying you don't
nomination.
do a good job.
It's, yeah,
How
Diane,
many years have you had?
3 or 4, I don't know.
Over the divorce.
Nominate Ron. Beverly. You don't want it either.
I didn't say that, but if you read this, I believe it's already over with, dear. Let's just
No,
move on.
that is not over with. That name was just
We have to do
left
it
there
every
as
year.
a carryover.
Gotta do it every year.
I know you
Yeah.
do it every year, but this is the roster for 2017, and your name
I can
is still
change
on
Well,
all of
it
them.
it
I can
is
change.
changeable, yeah. It was just not changed at this time, but it is definitely changeable. So we have Ron Jones nominated, and we have Mike, and we have Ron Jones nominated, and I need some advice.
Ron Jones and
Ron Beverly, Ron Jones.
So,
Mike's declining, so what's the protocol here?
Well, somebody needs to second the nominations, and then somebody needs to move to close the nominations, and then you have to vote on it.
even if I made a motion, can I move to close, or somebody else have to do that?
Somebody should second the nominations.
Okay.
Will the nomination include
Second.
both candidates?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, it'd be a second. Somebody could second. Mike's
Somebody's got a second.
Ron, and then
somebody's
somebody got to
me.
second the other Ron, and then somebody could move to close the nominations.
I'll
Second.
move the second Mike's nomination is for Ron for president.
I moved to second Sheila's nomination for Ron for president.
Okay. Can we have a motion to close the nominations?
I will make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
So I got 2 candidates, so we just need to do a roll call on each of them.
And so we'll do a roll call individually for each. Okay. May we have the roll call on Ron Jones, please, on the nomination for Ron Jones?
Bassett,
Yes.
Jones,
This is for Jones or Beverly?
This is for Jones.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Headley,
Yes?
Beverly,
No.
Barth,
Yes.
Baker,
No.
May we have the roll call, please, on Ron Beverly?
Do you need a roll call? Thanks for vote.
Majority.
Majority?
I mean, I presume everybody, otherwise we're gonna have a problem. Anybody that voted yes is gonna vote no, and anybody that voted no is
Do we
gonna
have
vote
a
yes.
completed motion, though? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and do the roll call, as long as somebody doesn't pull a fast one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like playing
It
cards.
can happen, it seems like, but we'll do roll call.
Baker,
For Beverly? Yes.
Barth,
No.
Beverly,
Well, certainly.
Jones, Jones,
No.
Headley, Bassett,
No.
Okay. We have Ron Jones to continue as our council president.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That's the first I thought you would have.
That's right.
My apologies for leaving that as it was in there, because it was not my intention to make a piece of shoe. So,
Motion to adjourn?
Hey, up here.
Second that motion?
There you go.
motion and second to adjourn, roll call,
There you go.
please.
Baker,
Yes.
Barth,
Yes.
Beverly,
What are we doing?
adjourning.
Sure.
Headley,
Unless you want to stay.
Headley,
Yes, I'll adjourn.
Jones, Bassett,
Yes.